Merch alert.
That's right, you heard her. We have merch now. If you're looking for a mug, a hoodie, a shirt, a blanket, we're your people. Be sure to check out our exclusive I Was a Bravo Fan Before Scandal tees. They will be perfect to wear while watching the VPR reunion.
Check out the link in the description of the podcast or our Instagram bio. Da, 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 da. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello,
Welcome
hello.
to Bravo, We're Black, and this is the Bravo edition. And guess what? This one is going to be short and sweet, like Sabrina Carpenter and her tour, because next week it's going to be so much to talk about. Next week we literally have New York. We're going to have Salt Lake City. We're going to have OC. And then the week after that, it'll be Potomac. But next week, we'll have like a lot of Bravo celebrities to get to. So it's going to be like a lot to cover in the Bravo realm. So today, we're just giving you a sweet little Bravo bite of the two shows that are on now. And both of them are hella good, especially Salt Lake City. Like, I feel like OC was good, but
Yeah,
Salt Lake
Salt Lake City was
City's
better.
was better. Do you want to just get into Salt Lake City because it's fresh on
Yeah.
my mind, because I actually just rewatched it for the second time now, and
Yeah.
boy,
It
where
was
do we even
good.
start?
It was good. I think I want to start with Lisa and Angie K's conversation. That's
The
really
one at
where
the
I want to
restaurant.
start. Yes. The one at the restaurant, I felt like was wait, no, I'm not gonna lie, guys. I wasn't even expecting anything good out of that because I just knew it would kind of end in Angie not apologizing because she doesn't really feel like she did anything wrong, and Lisa being over that because Lisa's whole thing is I feel like she wants an apology from Angie K. She wants her to be like, you know what, I'm sorry, I was a bad friend, and Angie K genuinely doesn't feel like she did anything wrong.
Yeah, no, I think that Lisa definitely expected something different going into that, because it's like, I'm
Mm-hmm.
the one who had your back, kind of brought you into this group, made you relevant, and then look at you. Look at what you're doing. And
Yeah.
her whole thing is that she went to Whitney's house just to tell her that she wanted her to apologize to Lisa, but we all know that that's a fucking lie. She didn't go to Whitney's house to tell her that she should apologize to Lisa. She went to Whitney's house to literally tell her whatever Lisa said. So
Yeah.
Angie then deflecting and saying, "Oh, it's the way that you talk to people, or it's the way that you come off, or whatever." And it's just like, no, you're literally deflecting. You're wrong. You got caught being wrong, and then now you want to make it about people, quote unquote, like steamrolling Whitney when you're not
Hmm.
even really on Whitney's side like that. Please get the fuck out
You
of
don't
here.
think she
You
was steamrolled?
Whitney?
No, Angie K.
She wasn't steamrolled by anyone. They had to get on Whitney's ass. No one was on
Okay.
Angie K. We haven't even gotten to Angie K yet. Angie K is getting away with a little bit too much, if you ask me.
You
It's
think?
it's Heather not focusing on the fact that, hello, Angie K is also at play here. It's
Mhm.
Whitney for sure, because she is the number one victim, but Angie K is just running around, her and her husband, um are literally running around town,
Mhm.
just thinking like, what can I do to get Center Snowflake? And I'm trying to see what she's gonna do. Like, what is she gonna do to deserve that Center Snowflake that she got? I'm waiting to see that, because for you to get put center after,
Center.
like, last season you had some moments, you made an impression on me, but not Center Snowflake impression. So I know that
Yeah.
she has to do something this season that earned her that spot. So I'm trying to see like what her end game is.
And I'm excited because it's like I know that she has it in her. Like I'm just waiting for it to come out. I'm waiting for her to like bust a move and do something that's really gonna show everybody why she's on the show and why she's like such an MVP player.
I can't wait to see her in her Grecian like outfit next
Hmm.
episode.
Now, who I want to ask too before we dive so deep into it, who do you think was the star of this particular
Why
episode?
do you act? Well, is that your new thing? Who was the
Yeah,
star of this episode?
who was the star of this
You're not
episode?
gonna believe who I'm going to pick, and
Because
I know
mine
that
is
you're
going to
gonna be
be
like, "What,
Whitney.
Whitney? What did she do this episode?"
Mine was the last 5 seconds of the episode.
Oh, the Meredith thing when she was like, "I'm not
Yeah,
coming." Fine, don't fucking come. Hope you don't come. I'm
because
like, that
that
was so
shit
real.
tickled me so much because it's like the way
I
she
did
just
not
snapped out
expect
of
it.
the fairy tale. And
That's why
she's
you
like,
have to watch
yeah,
out for Whitney. You have to watch out for that little voice that she puts on. You gotta watch out for the I'm the calm one
mm-hmm.
of the bunch. I'm the young, I'm the fresh, I'm the chill one. Like, no, she has a dark
She will
passenger
eat your
inside of
ass up.
her.
Mm-hmm. Because I really don't think it's that big of a deal with her and Meredith anyway.
It isn't, but I like it's like classic, like this is
Yeah.
some drama that I like though. You know, like we had someone going to jail for scamming old people. We had someone, you know, talking to making a fake account. We need to get more of the infighting, which is why do you have a bath bomb? Well, I've been had a bath bomb. Why do you have a bath bomb? Well, because my thing is baths. You know, like it's just like classic
Mm-hmm.
stupid, like the candle drama from Potomac. You know what I mean? Like just, oh, this I'm doing this, and then now this person is doing that. You're copying me. Kind of little petty fighting while there are bigger things at play.
I
That
do.
was funny though.
I did enjoy it. I enjoyed it a bit much. And I also, just on top of that, I just felt like everybody was just like, Whitney, 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 Whitney. She's the talk of the town right now.
Mm,
It's what
I see
Whitney
what
said
you
on the
mean.
podcast. It's the conversation that Wendy had with Angie K. It's them talking about her in the car, like at Wendy's. Like it's just like she's being talked about a lot. I also don't really like the role that Heather's playing in all of this because I feel like she's just so quick to be like, oh, that's my cousin, but I just don't like her. And I feel like that's been the narrative for so long. And I'm kind of over that.
I, I I'm not okay. So I'm with you on. I think that you know Heather's kind of not it for me right now, but I don't think it's for that reason because I feel like
Mhm.
it makes me more interested. It's like, oh, you really don't fuck with your cousin. Like that makes me more interested because season one they put on a united front, right? And
Yeah.
now, you know, they befriended Lisa and Meredith, who they wanted us to believe were the villains this whole time. And, you know, now they're kind of like feeling themselves. Whitney is going the opposite way of that. And Heather is leaning more into that because Heather wants to feel accepted. The way that I'm not feeling Heather is because I think that she's trying to bring it like when they were at the table and she's like, well, did you or did you not feel it in the car that she said, and then she's just like yelling at people. And I'm like, this conversation does not warrant all this energy when you could have brought this energy when we were trying to ask you who punched you in the fucking face. Like,
Hello.
you know, it's just like you're bringing a lot of energy to a conversation that's literally not that deep because, yeah, Bronwyn did talk shit with you and Lisa and the dog, Freddie, when you were in the Wendy's drive through. But she also told Whitney to her face, girl, I didn't like the way that you were acting. So she tried to have a Whitney moment where she tried to catch Bronwyn and say, aha,
Uh-huh.
but it just
But it's
didn't
like,
land. It's like it's
no.
not that deep, and also she's not hiding anything, and also she didn't say anything that she wouldn't say to Whitney's face, and that's why this episode
Yeah.
I liked. I was like, not like because it's too early to say that. It's always too early, and anytime I say I like someone, they show their ass.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying I see Bronwyn
I
in this
do see her.
episode,
I
and I
do
do
see
see
her.
her house. Like, did you see?
I
Like,
like the house.
I
Now
don't
the
like the
furniture,
design.
questionable.
Exactly.
Very questionable. But when they were
When
like, oh, Japan pieces and all of that, I was like, okay, 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 I'll let
maybe
you
we
have
too
that.
poor. I mean, we might be
Yeah.
too poor. But one thing about it, the sassy gay came in and he was like, "Did you just buy the whole fucking showroom?" Like exactly.
Did you see the way he tapped her? Like, hey, did you hear what I said? Did you buy the whole fucking showroom? Yeah, because this piece and this piece are
Don't
ugly
go
as
together.
hell. Yeah, that too. But it was just I just didn't understand what was going on.
You know
The
what it reminded me of? Like, especially when because I watched it twice. When her husband went up the stairs and there was no railings and there's just like a random staircase in the middle
Mhm.
of the house with no railings. I'm like, oh, this is some rich people shit. And the way I would fall down that shit when I'm drunk, you would have to call the police
But
immediately.
I believe
But
I
it
would too.
reminded
Yeah.
me of like one of those random houses that be on Sex in the City for no reason, or in Just
Oh
Like That.
yes.
I could see that house being on and Just Like That or Sex in the City, like one of them. One of them.
Specifically the guy that she knocked off that bike.
Yeah, that had the
His
train
house.
station
Yeah,
house.
that was a weird ass house. And I wasn't sure how I felt about it at all.
And she also had this outfit on, and I'm like, oh wow, I like the silhouette of it. Like she looked like Gumby, but at the same time, I'm like, oh, it's also fashion. That's what I've been waiting. Like the way that
Mm.
you are asking me about who was the star of the episode, I personally will get to it. I'll say Brittany, and I know that's a surprising answer, but I'll tell you why later.
Ooh.
I want to know what you thought of Bronwyn's confessional bob. Because when I looked at that bob, I'm like, now that is a white woman bob. Like that is a power suit bob.
I liked it. I did think it was nice. It put a better taste in my mouth than that 3 piece that she had on the first episode. Because I was like, I just didn't understand that. But now it seems like she's becoming a little bit more like they
I
love
know who you are.
colors. I noticed that they
Yeah.
love pinks and purples. Like pinks, purples, blues.
She's not afraid of print either. And
Mm,
you know what would you what aesthetic would you rather? Like the Kim Kardashian beige everything kind of aesthetic,
mm.
like minimalist beige modern aesthetic, or this colorful palette
I think I'm gonna go with
worldly.
the Kim Kardashian.
that's
That's
my
just
that's my
more,
mood. I don't know, it's
yeah.
my, especially when she turned on the sink and you're like, where's the water, and I'm
Where's the
like,
water?
none of your
Yeah.
business. But like
It's
I like that kind of design.
it's a nice design and I like it because it's simple, it's clean, like it's not too much on the eyes, like you know
it's
what I mean?
it's
It
so
just makes you
minimalist,
feel
but a lot of people are
good.
like it's beige and it's boring, but that actually would probably
Mm,
heal me. I don't know, like
yeah.
if I come home and there's just a bunch of color, it looked like, I don't know, Barney threw up everywhere, I would just not be able to rest in my own home.
Yeah. Yeah. And then it was the only thing that I did like in that house was the dining room table. And
Yeah,
that's saying something because it was just like the most basic, like,
what I liked was when they showed when she went to the door, like her entrance, the
yeah.
entrance, because it was just like floor to ceiling, the door, and I'm like, where is she? Does she live in like a mausoleum? Like
How
I
do
have
you feel
never seen
about
that shit.
her relationship?
I think we know what it is. Like it is what it is, and we see what it is. And I'm like, get that money, girl. At first, I didn't. No shade. I didn't believe her when they introduced her and they said that she was 38, and I'm like, the same way when Caroline Brooks was like, she's 37. I'm like, but when they showed her daughter and her daughter was 19 and she was like, okay, I had her 20 and then they don't have any kids together. I'm like,
Hmm.
okay. So she's 38. But
Yeah.
her relationship, I think it is what it is. She clearly has a sugar daddy. They're married and they've been going 10 years strong. And she married for security. And I think that it worked for her. I prefer it much more than whatever the fuck Brittany has going on. What do you think about her relationship?
I kind of like
Her
it.
marriage.
Her marriage. That's really what I wanted to say, but I'm just like, I like it. I don't think he's a bad looking guy. Like he's a good, clean cut guy. He seems like he would have like a nice cup of hot chocolate with you, and he's like, you turn on House Hunters, and then he's like, yeah, I'll watch with you. Like, why not? And then you're like, wow, you're gonna watch like an episode or two, and he's like, no, I'll watch the whole season. And then all of a sudden he claps, and then like a cheese tray, a charcuterie board just comes out. And then you're like, oh shit, like I don't have to go anywhere. And then you have a bottle of Cabernet Sauvignon. And now you're just
So,
like, well, I'm married.
that's the kind of relationship I want, because she also said that he goes to New York 2 to 3 days a week. A week? I
A
have
week.
4 days to myself. I have 4 days where you're not in my fucking face at all.
Mm-hmm.
That's the kind of relationship,
In this big
marriage that
ass
I want in
house.
this house. That she's like, yeah, I mean, he doesn't care like what I put in the house. There's a cheetah print rug as long as he can step on it. He doesn't care. And I'm just like, this is the man. I understand why it works, because who wouldn't want
The way I
this?
would have like a fucking big ass bean bag that's like 30 times my size just in the living room, just because why
And
not?
I would have a fucking projector, not even a TV. Like, we
Yeah.
watch everything on a projector. Like, fuck it, dude. Like,
And
yeah,
she
look.
has a buffet style dining room table. The way that's the first thing that came to mind when I seen that table. I'm like, the way you could easily get catering service like right now and just have them line the table up with
Every
just
day.
like mac and cheese, smoked turkey necks, like a bunch
Have a
of
cafeteria.
random shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I love the house. I think that they're, and then on top of that, you know that he has money. Like, he's not going to be with those husbands, and I would hope, he's not going to be that husband that runs into the tax issue, the money issue, because he was the CEO of Palm Pilot, which I don't even know what it is, but I remember hearing about it. And I remember that that was like a huge innovation type beat thing. So I'm like, what a nice merge to have. I
Yeah.
would prefer, but I mean, looks wise, I mean, he's not a bad looking guy, but I feel like out of all the husbands, he absolutely comes in last. Because who? Okay, let's compare him to the rest of the husbands. I wouldn't let you choose. I want to let you
Oh
choose. So let's go
gosh.
through the husbands. Obviously, our faves, John, or this is just looks, John or Bronwyn's husband.
Oh my God. Oh, like physically or like personality or like everything.
Physically. We're talking physically.
Shit. Okay, then yeah, I would have to go with John.
Okay, let's
Yeah.
next husband. We're gonna go Seth, just physically, or Bronwyn's husband
Surprisingly, Bronwyn's husband
over Seth.
over Seth. Hmm.
Okay, I think that you're taking personality into it, but all right, I'll let you go. We're gonna go now to
I was thinking about it for a second. I'm like, am I taking personality into it?
we're gonna go now to Justin. Justin or Bronwyn's husband.
Justin.
I learn something new about you every single day.
Justin.
Wow. Okay, so let's go into the fact that we
But
also
wait,
learned
who
a
would you
lot
choose?
about. This is
Would you
not
choose?
about me. Like, what? You
I feel
literally,
like
I've
it's
already got a
yours would be
question.
very simple anyway because you're gonna choose the person that's not Bronwyn's husband every time.
I, I don't know, because when it comes to Justin, there's something about seeing him rolling in that paint that's just like
You still think about
permanently.
that. That's why I do think that Whitney has a better marketing strategy with the bath bombs. Because easily you could recreate that scene and be like, you see how dirty we are? Let's go fucking take a bath now using my bath bombs. Aha, it's clean. You see my leg? Did you see it before?
I just don't. Yeah. Okay. You're completely right. So what I was gonna say is that like we learn a lot about how Mary was brought up.
Mm-hmm.
She opened up in that one scene about like, how her mom put men over her and her siblings. And that was very interesting to learn
Yeah.
because, we've heard a narrative about like how she ended up marrying her grandfather. through everyone. I mean, she touched on it, but she didn't go in depth about it. So we've heard it from the outside, everyone looking outside, and how she grew up and all these things, but we haven't heard it from her mouth. So it was very interesting to hear like why she kind of lashed out at Brittany, on top of obviously like how she left the bad taste in her mouth from last week.
Yeah. And with Mary, it's not surprising anyway, because it's like either she likes you or she doesn't. It's like that was the whole thing with that scene. So I did feel bad for Brittany though. Because
Last week or this week?
This week. Because I just thought that I don't think that her intentions are bad. Like, true, she might have came off rude, she might have offended somebody, but I just think like I don't think she has bad intentions.
That's fair. I don't know about her intentions. It's just that she rubbed me the wrong way last week. And then this week, the first time I watched it, I was like, I agree with Mary. Like, why are you telling us this dumb shit? I don't care.
That was a bit crazy.
Care. But then as I'm thinking about it, when Bronwyn broke it down, I'm like, just let her cook for a bit. Because Bronwyn was like, everything that I heard about you or found out about you or everything that you've done since you've been here is chaotic AF. You literally have a boy, not even a boyfriend, a best friend, but you think is your boyfriend that is pushing you around Costco at 50 years old and calling you his best friend 7 months on national TV. You don't have a relationship with your kids. And you also want us to toast to the fact that you guys are, he called you his girlfriend, but he really didn't. And then also, we're learning about her relationship with the Mormon church. And also that she's been divorced 2 times. And now she's like with Jared Osmond, who is of the Osmond family. I'm like, you know what? I did not like her. And I felt like I did not give a fuck. But then once Bronwyn summed it up, I'm like, damn, can you just not like someone, but also want to know more about someone? Or
that's possible. Yeah.
Because she has actually and she's not even like purposely doing that, because she's trying to tell these ladies, like, let's toast to the fact that he called me his girlfriend for the first time. And I'm like, why would you toast to that? That's literally so stupid, because when you break it down, we're going on Instagram and he's calling you his best friend. And that's embarrassing because you guys are like 50 years old.
Is he paying her bills?
I don't know.
Because if he is...
I would understand, but it's also like, why are you bringing attention to that? And then on top of that, like, you are a bad mom.
But you know what? On paper, I would think that her and Mary have a lot in common.
Why you say that? You think Mary's a bad mom?
I don't necessarily think Mary's a bad mom, but I do think that Mary has a certain lifestyle that's not necessarily traditional, and I don't think she has the best relationship with her son. I think that she is protective. I think she shelters him. I do think she tries to be nurturing, but I don't necessarily think that their relationship is healthy.
I definitely agree with that, because we saw when she was talking about how he lives at home, he does not go to school, he does not go to work, and she babied him basically.
It was really that donut scene for me, because it's like
I get that, but I feel like that's the complete opposite of Brittany. Brittany doesn't even Brittany is acting like Mary's mom. Like, she probably doesn't even know her kids. Like, they're not talking to her, or her daughter's not talking to her. So I feel like they're completely opposite, and that's like Mary said, that's why she had a hard time even reconciling.
But is her son talking to her because of him wanting to talk to her, or because
he needs the money?
She funds his lifestyle. He don't got no job.
I mean, it might be a little bit different because Mary, I don't think that, like, when we see Mary and her partner, aka her grandfather, we don't really see them very affectionate and her like wanting to like love on him and worry about their relationship. She doesn't really talk about their relationship.
Yeah.
When we see Brittany, she's worried about this man more so than her children. So
I can
I
see
don't
that.
think, yeah, I think that it's different with Mary.
But I think this is, and I can relate this to Teen Mom. I feel like this is kind of the same thing that Amber's dealing with. But and it's because, and I don't know if this is true, but I feel like maybe because of the pain from not being able to have a good relationship with your child and your child not wanting to communicate with you, do you use that as a crutch to deal with that pain? Like, do you
Does it
use,
push you more
yeah,
towards men because you can't have your child in your life?
yeah. Because it's like you're going to go to the next best thing,
And you're
which is
seeking the love from anywhere.
correct. So it's like that does concern me. And for that, I like because of that, I'm very interested.
Well,
Like
yeah,
I would
exactly.
love to see Dr. Phil come in.
We're not bringing Dr. Phil to Bravo. We're not bringing Dr. Phil, not bringing Dr. Drew, we're not bringing Oprah, we're not bringing
What about
Ayla.
Tish?
No, I thought about it for a second though. Like that's why I said Brittany for me was kind of not, yeah, the star of this episode specifically, because I'm like, I don't necessarily like you, but I do think you're kind of pathetic, and I want to know more about your life.
Why are you the way that you are?
Yeah,
That is more the question. It's like I don't necessarily hate her, but I'm just like,
yeah.
hmm. I also think that she would be really good for OC. Like
Oh,
if she
absolutely.
doesn't work
She
out
also
on Salt
looks
Lake,
like more of an OC
mm-hmm,
girl. I don't know, like she just looks
she does.
like an OC girl.
She does. That's what got me. And I'm like, you in the wrong
Wrong
place?
franchise. You're the wrong place, but you know I kill you dead. That's a Jocelyn song, by the way, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Not, yeah,
But yeah, this episode was really, really good. I'm hoping that and another thing, her name is Brittany.
yeah.
Every time she stands up really quick, I'm like, is that Heather? It's like
On
they
the side of the
from the
face, like
side of the
the
face, she
jawline,
looks like an even
especially
skinnier Heather.
right. I was just about to say, especially like from the weight loss, because you're
Mm-hmm.
just still. I'm also surprised that they even got married to like get on the ropes.
Yeah.
Mary is like completely in this season, and I'm like, this is crazy. She must be like planning to like leave Robert
She
because
is from what I'm hearing. Like,
yeah.
because I've been hearing a lot of stuff about
Mm-hmm. I heard that
her
they
plan
allegedly were
to
supposed to like pick up cameras because something was going on. I'm like, I don't know if she'll necessarily let y'all film
her
that,
marriage,
but I do believe that since
her divorcage.
she's completely in it this season, like no other season. Like not only is she at the filming and she's talking to people, but she's actually on the ropes, even though she's rude as hell. She's just like, shut up.
Could you
But
imagine if she left her husband and got together with Joel Osteen?
that would be the biggest power couple. Like move over B and J.
The
Like it
way I feel like she would
would be
constantly like
insane.
lift her hands up like that. Like, I don't know.
What's gonna happen to Joel Osteen's wife? She just
I didn't
lost
think
her
that
husband
far.
to
Yeah.
Mary. Like when you break up
Maybe
families,
she
you
could
have to
be like a
understand
side character and we could just bring her in and see what she feels.
a side character to her own marriage. Marriage. Did you see Christy Brinkley? Like they decided that they were going to resentence her, and that's like, oh, that's great news. She got resentenced, and they gave her the same exact sentence.
Wait, that's that couple, right, with those kids?
Chrisley knows best. Not Christy Brinkley.
Yes,
I said the
yes.
wrong. Julie.
But
I
I
said the
knew exactly
wrong
who you
name,
meant.
but Chrisley. Chrisley
I
knows
wonder if she
best.
still have that hairstyle.
No, I think that they said she's completely different now. Because when you go to jail, I don't
That's
think that they
scary.
necessarily like have.
Does
It's
she smoke cigarettes? Like, how different is she?
I
We see her in like 5 years and she's fucking Angela from Love After Lockup.
Why did I call her Christy Brinkley? Shout out to. Hold on. I have to Google something real quick because
the way they canceled that show abruptly too. Like,
well,
and the kids thought
jail,
that they were
babe.
gonna stay on it and like milk the money.
Yeah, we don't want to see that. We like they were on for like 47 years.
Not gonna lie though, but if my parents did some shit like that and we were on a show, I would probably do the same. I would probably be like, I don't know what they did,
Keep the cameras
but
rolling.
here's a little about me. Here's a little thing.
Like now you have to pay your own bills.
Yeah.
And Savannah, Chrisley, whatever, the daughter, she has to take care of her siblings. Like,
so how is she gonna?
That's why she was on the show, the reality show.
Well, I hope she's been putting them pennies.
And she has a podcast, and she was there for sentencing too when they re-sentenced her mom, and she thought that was so like they could have at least like gave a year off.
Like I get months. It, but it's like they really played in her face to re-sentence to do the same thing. You could have left her ass right where she was.
Mind you,
they pulled her out and they were like, "Never mind, go back, because you just pissed me off." That's why I asked too. I'm like, does she have a different haircut? Because maybe the hairstyle just pissed the judge off, and she's like, just get back in there.
My thing is at least take a couple of months off or something. Like you literally brought this lady from prison, brought her family to court.
We're gonna add an extra day, actually.
It's not funny, but it's fucking funny.
Oh my gosh, Lord. God bless that family, though.
Yeah, hopefully I'm sorry.
They'll be okay. They'll hold it together for those kids. Mm.
Okay, so OC, what are your? I'll let you take over OC.
Well, with OC, I don't feel bad for Alexis Bellino, and I don't know if they're trying to make me feel bad for her. But if you are, please stop, because it's like it's really annoying me. Like I don't care about her. I don't think she's a victim. I don't think she's a part of any Ponzi scheme. You are what you present yourself as, and there's nobody that can have that much power over you, especially within this short span of time. You just got out of a situation like a relationship, and you immediately start cadoodling with John Jansen. And now it's like they're trying to paint this picture like, oh, John's holding her hostage. Like he has a gun against her back. And he's like, bitch, you better go on set and you better tell them what's going on with Shannon and you better tell them about this and that. It's like, that's not happening. You did that because you wanted the spot on here. And even when she's like, when they're telling her, like, yo, I think John Jansen is like playing the fuck out of you and just trying to make you do all this stupid shit so he can like extort Shannon. She's like, leaving John isn't an option. I'm like, it's not an option. Like, you haven't been together that long. Like, what are you talking about? You aren't bonded together. Are y'all cat dog or some shit? Like, what the hell are you talking about? That scared me more than anything when she's like, I can't leave him. I'm like, she can't
blink twice.
Yeah, like so then on the other side of things, I'm like, maybe she is in trouble. Like, what's going on? But I still don't feel bad either way because you should have known that John Jansen wasn't the person that you get in a situation with like this. You see what he's doing to Shannon, and if anything, if I was with a guy and that's how he treated his ex, I would be done. I wouldn't be with him. Because it's like that's how you're gonna treat me.
Yeah.
If I do something to piss you off, are you gonna fucking take pictures of me like doing something at Costco or like some weird random shit? Like,
are you gonna call us best friends while I'm in the car at Costco at 50 years old?
Yeah.
And post it on Instagram? That's my biggest fear.
Like, it's
Imagine
weird.
that. Imagine you're dating someone and first of all, you're at Costco and you are in the cart and he's pushing you. And you think that it's a cute like couples photo.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, oh, this is gonna hit the timeline. It's gonna be so cute. We're being whimsical, fa la 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 la. And
And
then
he lives it like dumbass bitch.
he's like, life with my best friend. I would absolutely report the picture, break
Yeah.
up, leave, change my name, change my hair.
Because that's embarrassing. Like, the only thing that I
My
would
big
accept
age.
is the love of my life. Like, that is the only thing that I will accept,
Exactly.
and
Because
nothing
that's
else.
embarrassing.
Or else I would snatch the fucking pictures down. Is that how Carrie Bradshaw felt when they took that unflattering picture of her in that magazine?
Oh my God. When
She's like, well, shit. Like, show me how you really feel about me.
and she bought all the copies and was like, fuck that.
Me. Yeah, because that wasn't. I'm not doing that
It's
shit.
worse now though, because it's like, damn, I already got that picture
As a
by
side
now.
note, you remember when that guy was like, I want you to pee on me, and she didn't? And he was like, well, my colleague said that you're not a good fit for me because you writing sexual stuff in the paper. And he like threatened her
Imagine
with
she
something.
pondered like the whole episode. Should I
Yeah.
like peel her?
Because what do
Is
you
that
do when a guy
normal?
tells you that? Like, he pulls back the shower curtain and he's like, hey,
Right here.
like, I'm gonna extort the shit out of
She's
you if you
like, I
don't.
don't have to go right now. What the fuck?
That was good. Because by the end of the
Was it good?
episode,
What?
she figured out a game plan and his ass was embarrassed. Like, you never could doodle with the guy that you met in the fucking coat closet. Like, you don't. But
Oh my god. Yeah, okay, so I don't feel bad for Alexis Bellino. And also she's blaming a lot of things on the edit. And also on the show, she's like, you have no idea what I'm going through. She's share with us what you are going through then.
share with the class.
Because the whole thing that we're seeing is you protecting this man and calling
I
rebranding him
can
into Johnny
guarantee
J.
you it's probably like Rooms to Go isn't delivering her furniture that day.
They moved the slot from 2 to 5 to 5 to 8,
You
and you're
have
like
no
5 to 8.
what I'm dealing with right now. And they're like, you're gonna have to wait 2 weeks for your coffee table because we don't have that.
No, that's how I feel right now, actually, because I'm waiting for my iPhone. And I'm like, no one
I'm so sorry
understands.
because
Like,
I
you
know
guys are
how it
just
feels.
regularly living your lives, and I'm waiting for my iPhone
But when it comes, it's gonna like show up.
that I already paid for.
Yeah, it's crazy. That's why I don't even play those type of games. Like, whenever
What the
I buy a
fuck?
phone now, I will literally show up. I don't care to the Apple store. I will never do that again. And I'm like, give me the phone. Go in the
What?
back and give me the phone and hand it to me in my hand. And they're like, do you want us to set it up? And I'm like, no, because then you're gonna charge $300 extra for that. And I'm not doing it. I will set it up myself. Because they're
That's the
always
thing.
trying to give you some bullshit. But yeah, I don't feel bad for Alexis.
I definitely love that Emily just told her to shut up. Like, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up.
By the way,
Yeah,
that's what I forgot to say on the Salt Lake City portion.
yeah.
When Lisa told Bronwyn, can you just be quiet for a second?
She just like she has no intrusive thoughts. She just says it. And it's like you can't really get offended because it's like what
But
she's
is
thinking.
that what Angie K was talking about?
But why is it her fault that you guys don't say
Thank
what
you.
you mean?
That's all I have to say because
No, but
it
what
took a second for you to think about that. So Angie K might have a point. But that
I'll
doesn't
give you
mean
okay,
that
okay.
I didn't enjoy that because I love Lisa Barlow and at the end they hush your damn mouth.
Because
If
no one's
she
gonna
is on a
say it.
call, that's it. And she didn't want you to be heard. Um, But Emily.
Just shut up. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was great.
I
Like, it's
felt
just
bad
like,
for her
please.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cause I'm like, she's trying to get with Heather and tell her how she made her feel. And then Alexis is making it about her when she literally did not even mean it in a bad way. Like you're not only are you making Shannon's entire storyline about you, now you are trying to, like, Emily, who's been on your side, trying to literally look out for you. You are trying to be offended by what she is saying.
Yeah, it's weird. It's really weird. And I respect how she felt. I don't think that Heather meant it that way.
I don't think that Heather meant it that way, but I'm also questioning why was she the only one who was told to bring jeans? Everyone else had on one color, and you have one person. And what's the difference in this one person?
Maybe she just seen the way Emily rocks a pair of jeans.
She does. She looks
Because if
good.
if I was calling Beyonce over, I would tell her to bring some jeans too. Because who's gonna wear jeans like Beyonce,
But
and
are you
who's gonna wear
calling
jeans like
57
Emily?
million other people in a fashion show
Maybe she felt that Emily wore the
with
jeans
no
best.
fashions? Okay, but if you wanted her to wear the
Because
jeans,
I would have
then
told Emily, I would have been like, nobody's gonna wear jeans like you. Wear the jeans.
but then I would have provided some jeans for her to wear. Not bring your own jeans from
Oh well,
home.
yeah, that's kind of.
Bring your own jeans, and everyone else has pants
I
on.
don't know why Heather did that. Okay, I
And then
really don't know.
on top of that, she goes in the confessional. She's like, I did not, I'm not calling her fat, but the fucking shit was tight on her. Explain that, Aaron.
Shit.
It wasn't even, mind you, it wasn't even tight on her. Like, they showed her down the
My thing
runway
is,
and it was
Emily,
oversized.
I when I speak on this, I want to say it's with love because I have the same problem. Like sometimes I get my fashion over and my shit might be a little bit too tight. And I blame Fashion Nova. I blame the companies because I do believe that they're making the clothes a size smaller. I do believe that's what they're doing. So in this case, maybe that's what it was, and maybe
No, but Heather literally called it tight, not Emily. Heather is saying, by the way, it looked tight. And it did
did
not.
she
She looked fine.
did
She
she
was
tell
basically
Emily
like, I'm
that?
not calling you fat. No, she said it in the confessional. It was like, I'm not calling her
Um,
fat, but guess what? You look fat in it.
she just said it looked tight. She didn't say she looked
She said,
fat.
you look like a fucking sloppy bitch.
No, she did not say
Did you
that.
not see the extra part that they put in before
No.
Watch What Happens Live and in between?
Do you have Peacock Deluxe Plus? Because I do not have.
Right after Room Raiders and before
Oh
they
my
showed a
gosh.
super sized version. And that's what Heather said.
Shit. Well, if she said that, then
No, the only thing she said, it was like, oh, and it was tight, by the way. You didn't have to add that jab in if you're trying to convince us that you're not trying to call her fat. Like,
yeah,
that was just so, like, everything is adding up to, exactly what you're
okay.
doing.
Well, then she knows what she's doing. I didn't think she meant anything about it at the time, but now that you add all this stuff about it, like maybe she did have.
I just want answers, though. Like, I genuinely want
I don't
answers.
think what I was saying too is I don't think it's necessarily ill intent. Maybe she
Mhm.
was just trying to be
Thoughtful.
considerate and thoughtful.
That's also
I don't
something
know.
that I took into account that could also be right, because she didn't want her to come and, like, they not have something that fit her, because that would have been
Yeah.
a issue also.
But
But
I
my
still
whole
believe, like
thing
you said, she
is,
should have provided the pants.
because she had them send their measurements in. So if you have them send their measurements in, you should have whatever available.
Maybe the
Why is
pants
she
that they had
bringing
were
her
ugly.
this? They were the same pants.
Maybe they were all navy boot cuts.
I can't argue
Flare.
with that because you used to work your Old Navy, so I
Yeah,
can't
maybe they were
even.
flare. Could
Yeah,
you
you know about
imagine?
it.
That shit is ugly. Whenever I would see somebody wearing flare jeans, I'm like, you sure you want that?
When they ask you to get it from the
Yeah, they're
top,
like, can you go up and get me a
you climb
fucking
up there.
size 12 and bootcut
You know, we
jeans?
used to do like when we were younger, like it was nothing that we would probably pass away from now. Could you imagine working at Old Navy, climbing ladders and
I
like
could not.
using those things now? And I'm
The
like, I
little
used to work at
hooks.
like
Oh
Baskin
my
Robbins
gosh.
and I used to literally get the big gallons, like unused big ass gallons of ice cream out of the freezer and switch that shit out single handedly and then work an entire fucking shift
Like
at
nothing.
Baskin like it was nothing.
Imagine.
Then I'd be like, what are we doing tonight, guys? Ha ha ha.
Same. Oh my
What?
God. It would be crazy. Like taking that big ass mannequin down and
I
like
can't
literally
even.
with one arm and just being like, and
And
just
we just
fucking
did it.
changing it, snatching the head off. Like it
And we
was
just did it.
crazy.
And we were ready to go and do it again. I'll come in the next day and the fucking I changed the vanilla yesterday. Now the fucking pralines and cream. Someone ate all the fucking pralines and cream, and I had to go in sub-zero temperatures and almost lock myself in the freezer and
You
then
don't
get
want that.
an ice cream cake and set it out and write on the ice cream cake and frosting. Just thinking about one shift at Baskin Robbins, you would have to pay me $1 million to do that shit.
Guys, and it's so funny too because you were so miserable. Like every time
I
me and
felt like
another friend
Orphan
would
Andy.
visit her, she would be like, "Hey guys,
Who you want
what do you want?"
here? Like I would always just like have people taste whatever
And
they
I'm
want,
like, "Can I
and then like
have
a customer would come in, and I
can
get
I have
so
a
pissed
fucking
off.
sample of like everything that you have?" What a fucking
I
life.
had a fucking apron and visor on, and I'm just like,
I couldn't do it. No. Mm-mm. And I think
God,
about it often sometimes. Like I have dreams of working there
I'm
because it's so ingrained in my brain. Like I was there for so long to the point where
exactly.
sometimes I feel like instead of going to the gym, I'm like, just give me a fucking
Give
Old
me a
Navy
shift.
shift.
Give me. I was the fittest in my life.
My calves and my legs and everything was so nice.
My arm. I could literally
Yeah.
arm wrestle Dwayne Johnson and win
And then win. And it would be
and win,
nothing. It would
and
be
then be
nothing.
ready to go out and drink.
Just fuck lifting weights, full t-shirts. Like, have you
Yes,
ever done
the
it?
way that you had to fold those T-shirts on that display.
And they did not
Do
play,
you fold your
especially
shirts
the
like that?
manager that I had. Yeah, because it's so in like
It's
God,
muscle memory, right?
it's muscle memory. So if I have a shirt and it's folded the wrong way, I have to go back. It is so bad and I hate it. Even in my closet, I'm like, let me turn everything on the right
Before the
side
store opens.
before the store opens. That's how it works. But
God, I don't know. Oh, okay, yeah. So Heather,
Heather,
Heather, okay, she may not have had ill intent, but could have a for the way that she made Emily feel
yes.
without adding the subtle jab. And then I can also say that Emily has an insecurity of being a bigger girl. And now she's a skinnier girl that she's just always thinking in her head, okay, are they still seeing me as the fat girl? Did I really lose the weight? Do they think that I'm still on Ozempic? She kind of has like a complex that it's not as bad as Heather's though. Heather's is like she's completely insecure and she needs other people's validation. Emily's is more specifically
Yeah.
just with her weight.
I think when it comes to Emily too, that's going to change over time. I
Yeah,
think it's nothing that anybody can say. Like you can tell her she looks amazing every day, every second, but she
because
has to see that within herself.
Right.
So for her, that's gonna take some time. But I do like that she's being vulnerable about it and she's talking about it on cameras because it's like people deal with these issues all the time.
Exactly.
Like I've
Exactly.
even I've even dealt with issues like that where it's like, damn, I feel like I
But especially when you're next to a cast
yeah,
that looks the way that the cast looks,
especially
because
when you're next to like Heather Dubrow.
exactly, because you can feel confident in yourself. You can be the fittest
Yeah,
that you've ever been. Just like Emily, she goes to the gym like what, damn near twice a day now. She looks so damn good.
that's
But
why I
when you
like
stand next to a cast that's like Heather Dubrow, Tamra Judge,
yeah,
Jennifer Pedranti, and that's just not, you're not meant to be built that way. You look great on
exactly.
your own.
That's why I like her friendship with Shannon because I feel like they can both be very open with each other, and Shannon can also make her feel comfortable. Like that little scene that they share, I love
Yeah,
that. So it's like I'm hoping that we see more of that because I
yeah.
really enjoyed that. Jennifer, that backyard was cute. Like I can't lie, it was just cute. The waterfall was cute. The tacos that they had, I didn't see taco shells. So I was like, okay, but
Did
I'm
you
guessing
taco
that's
bowl?
because everybody's like on a diet, so they're like, I'll take just
The lettuce.
the lettuce and the rice. I'm like, okay, but yeah, that was cute. Gina also looks really good now that her hair is growing out. I like this look. It's
Like
not a bob.
currently
Yeah.
in real life.
Well, on the show,
Oh, okay.
does she have that in real life? Has it grown out?
She has a shortcut again in real life.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I like the long hair on her. It looks good.
Okay.
Um, Shannon and Vicky's show. Love the slingshot idea with the t-shirts. I thought that was really fun. I do like that Vicky is kind of like the good time in Shannon's life. I feel like she's that good fun time where she doesn't feel constantly judged all the time and she doesn't make her like talk about John and the shit that she has going on. So it's like a breath of fresh air and seeing them do their thing without Tamra and keep the trust in me. Well, not the trust amigos anymore. Now it's just Shannon and Vicky. But I like the way they're pushing through and continuing
They're
things.
still whooping it up
Yeah, they're
with
still
or
whooping it
without
up.
Tamra.
And it was nice and refreshing to see Shannon kind of get a break from all of this anyway.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
it's
because
like,
she was just like too miserable. Like when she cried the other last week, the week before last, it was
yeah, it
just
was too
like too
much.
much. Yeah.
And what else do I have to say? Who is it that Tamra met up with their daughters?
Oh,
What's
the new girl, Katie.
Katie? I don't think their daughters really know each other.
It's
So
like when your mom makes you be friends with like
yeah,
her friend, her friend's daughter, but she's
because you
not
could
really
tell they
friends with
looked at
their
each other
friend.
like I might have seen you at like fucking AMC, but like we're not really cool like that.
Like we both have moms who are housewives.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's my thoughts on the show. I do think that John Jansen is extorting Shannon. That and that might not look good in court. And I hope that Emily has a conversation with Shannon and tells her that, so Shannon has some kind of like
Well, I hope that they waited and the court case is playing out now, so they can just watch the fucking show and see what she's
yeah,
going through, like
because it's
they
like
did
it's
with Beverly
pretty
Hills. It's like
yeah,
look at the material,
like he has a fucking video of her.
and he's literally telling her that he's not going to.
He's like, you almost ran over my kid. I have a video of it. And it's like, if this was such a concern, you would have reported it right away.
Okay,
So
okay,
are you
okay,
endangering your child?
okay, okay, you guys. But that
You know,
was
I'm gonna
last
do it
week's.
every time
That was
because
last week's
are
episode.
you providing a safe space for your child?
That was last week's episode. The pot stir is did you like OC or did you like Salt Lake City better? Me, Salt Lake City 8. The second episode, I'm like, yeah, we're keeping the momentum going and we're adding new characters to the pot. And also, I'm excited to see what's going to happen next week. What did you like better?
I liked Salt Lake City better. Mm-hmm. But I also have a pot stirrer. I want to know, do you think that Shannon Beador has a good case? And do you think that John Jansen should have sent in, if his child was in danger, should have sent in that video recording immediately? And why do you think he waited so long to send in that information?
The accusations you are making on this podcast right now?
It's no accusations. That's what they're showing. He literally said that. I feel like Vicky right now. He literally said that she almost ran over his kid. Did she not?
There's video.
Yeah, and there's a video of it. I don't have it. I don't want to have it because it's like,
sure. You never know.
It's too much. I would have to report that immediately. You know?
Oh, because that's what you're supposed to do.
That's what you're supposed to do. If your child is in danger. My gosh. So what do you guys think about that? You let me know.
Please. Give us your legal opinion. And as a parental opinion, if someone tried to run your child over, would you just video record it and blackmail them later? Or would you alert the authorities? Simple.
And these are the same people who leave complaints on DoorDash. Like 5 minutes after. That's the crazy part about it. But all right, guys.
Guys, we'll see you on Wednesday. Talk about some pop culture stuff. And next week, we got a bunch of Bravo stuff coming at you. Bye.
Bye, y'all.